Phil Matthew coming to you from Unlocking Your Potential, and hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. And the thought of the day is this idea around how do we cultivate and nurture our thoughts. It's an interesting question, isn't it? And we'll get to that in just a minute, but just want to remind you that at Unlocking Your Potential, we stand for the idea of, creating big change, helping people create big change and change that sticks, and how to get their energy to flow in a certain way. And what that's all about is the idea of, getting the best, out of yourself. But this question of how do we cultivate and nurture our thoughts makes me think about nature. And I can remember we got a horticulturalist around to help us put in a new garden bed, and he was telling me all this interesting information about how to have a garden that didn't need much maintenance. But he was explaining to me that how the plants wanted to grow, and he was talking about that's just part of nature. They want to get bigger, they want to grow, they want to evolve, they want the best life that they can have, these plants. And how they do that is they suck the nutrients out of the ground, essentially the carbon, the hydrogen, the oxygen out of the ground, and they want to evolve. And of course we can help them do that just by maybe having them in the sunlight, certainly giving some water, and maybe giving them some nutrients to keep the weeds away, essentially. So think about that in nature. And of course we have these thoughts every day. We're just bombarded non-stop with these thoughts, but the idea is that how can you direct them? And so, like in nature, if we can sort of set up an energy, set up a vibration, set a frequency where you're shooting for something big, we call big change, something that you secretly really want, but at the same time it scares you because you're unfamiliar with it and you haven't been there before. That's getting the energy right. And so these thoughts what's going to happen is that these thoughts that you have, and thoughts are essentially information and energy. What we can do is I like to think of the word fuel, F-U-E-L. We can fuel them, and this is the cultivating and the nurturing, similar to as it is in nature. And so that F would sort of stand for feelings, because feelings is the conscious awareness of the vibration that you're in. Remember, we're talking about energy here. So the U would stand for, makes me think of a question: what's the one word that leads to freedom? And that word is understanding. And so that U stands for understanding. We're looking for this understanding. And what I like to think about is that U also stands for universal laws, of which there are 7 primary laws and 11 secondary laws. And they're really, really interesting to get into them and to start, living by them. And so the E would stand for the strongest, one of the strongest forces on the planet, and that's emotion. Setting up not just the right energy, but getting that emotional aspect going. And the L, to me, would be the idea of living from the inside out. Because what's really happening with most people is that they're not nurturing their thoughts, the energy's not set up right, and they're living from the outside in. And so they're essentially every day programmed to live from the outside in, and of course that just makes things so much harder. So I hope that's given you some food for thought in terms of what's possible. That's what I help people to do. If you've got some energy or like the information, it's got you thinking, then from the social media protocol point of view, maybe consider clicking the like button. Certainly we don't leave you high and dry. There's some information around here if you were wanting to find out more about what we do at Unlocking Your Potential. You can go to our website. We even give you access to a free product called the 22-minute mind muscle workout, and that gives you a taste of what we're all about as well. If you wanted to go beyond that and you were looking for some help, then through that website you can get access to my calendar. And whilst it might be fairly booked out, if you do book in, then I'm going to give you a call, and we can talk about some of these different, philosophies. So that's it. Have a great day today, and we'll see you on another video down the track. Bye.